Hey everybody, welcome to Blackphoenix Entertainment. This is going to be fun. We're going to talk about road trips, taking road trips, stuff that you do on road trips. And VAM is like less than a week away when I'm putting out this video. How much more fun can that be? I'll see you at the end of the intro. So welcome back, flock. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button and all that fun YouTube stuff. Because you saw this video and you clicked on it, and now we're here. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. Road trips. One of my favorite things to do. I like traveling. I like seeing different things and just being out on the road. It's fun. Which light's going to turn green? Which light's going to turn green? Not my light. Well, anyways, welcome back, flock. And yeah, we're going to talk about some really fun stuff in this video. I'm super excited, super hyped up, so you guys are just going to have to deal with it. But if you're a member of my flock, you know that's what I'm like. So it's not a big surprise. But if you're not, I'm going to tell you already at the beginning of this video. Go down, hit the subscribe button, do all that fun YouTube stuff, and you, too, will become a member of the flock. So let's stop rambling and let's just get into it. So road trips, yeah. The very first road trip I took on this Spyder, I went out to Western Pennsylvania to Christopher David Lawson's meetup. Met up a lot of the cool moto vloggers over there. I would honestly 100% say I was not fully prepared for how taxing a road trip is. And that was about, I think that was about 8 hours and a little under 500 miles on a map. So I was like, yeah, I can do that in a day. So yeah, not prepared for that. I learned a lot of lessons from that first one, and my first trip down to VAM, I learned a lot more, kind of in a different way. So what I learned on my very first trip out to Western Pennsylvania is don't push yourself. It was way too much for a very first road trip, putting that many miles on, and kind of not so much being unprepared as in like I don't have the right stuff with me or anything like that. It was just like the experience of being out on the road, your very first motorcycle road trip, and the fatigue and wind and just stuff like the elements and just your body getting used to stuff like that. And that's really what beat me up more than anything. So what I did on that first road trip is I did a lot of, I did a lot of researching and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm going to bring a ton of water and Gatorade with me. That's what I'm going to do. And I did that, and I still kind of felt like crap, especially on the way back from Western Pennsylvania. I was like, man, I'm just not feeling good. And I was like, all right, whatever. Got home, took a couple days to recover. I was like, all right, maybe I chalked it down to I'm just not used to it. It was the first time doing it, whatever. Now, fast forward a year, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a trip to VAM, and I went into this one much more prepared. I'm like, I know it's like 750 miles. It's like, I think it's like 13 hours. Again, that's on a map, like in a car, if you just go like straight through. On motorcycles, you guys know, you've got to stop more, obviously, because just fuel range in general. But just for fatigue, just for, you know, relaxing, food, drink, all that other fun stuff. So I split that up. I did 2.5 days. I was like, I did 2 300-mile stints, and then I did like, I think it was like a 150 or something down. I don't know. I'm not good at math. So whatever the remainder amount of miles is, that's what I did on the last day to get down to Tazewell. I was fine, really. And I kind of did the same thing, which is like, all right, make sure I'm hydrated and stuff like that. On the second day, the beginning of the second day, again, I started feeling like, oh man, that's weird. I feel weird. Like, it's just like, the way I can describe it is like a weakness. I'm like, oh man, I know I'm a small guy. I can't be that weak. So what I did was like, I grabbed a soda. I was like, all right, let me just grab like I remember this specifically. It was a Mountain Dew Code Red, because that's what the vending machine had. I'm like, all the choices like lit up. There was like 3 choices, like one of those big panels. 3 of them were just Mountain Dew Code Red. I'm like, I guess that's what I'm getting. Just punched in, there you go. I felt so much better. And this is something you got to be aware of. And it's not so much road trip related or whatever. It's body related, knowing your own body and stuff like that. So this is what I get for like vlogging in like areas. Oh, the bridge is closed. This bridge is never closed. Yeah, I don't know when it's going to open, so I'm gonna turn around. Alright, so I have turned around. Sorry about that. I had no idea the bridge was going to be closed. It's rarely ever closed. That's the second time since I've been living in the city that bridge has been closed. Anyway, so yeah, I was talking about Mountain Dew. So a while back I was trying to do this whole healthy thing and whatever. I'm like, oh, let me cut out soda. And in which case, probably cut out 90% of my sugar intake. And yeah, you don't, even spiders, like motorcycle riding, I don't care what anybody says, it takes effort. You know, even this, like staying up on this, holding the bars for hours and just like riding, that takes effort. You know, whether you're leaning it or not, you know, say what you will, it's effort. And I realized my body was just like, I need sugar, and I was starving it of that, so I had the Mountain Dew. I was like, alright, cool, I felt better. What is the point of all that rambling? The point is, I learned a lesson. I was like, I've got to moderate what I do for water and sugar intake. So what I have been doing since then, since I learned that for like longer rides and stuff like that, is bringing like a candy bar with me to snack. Like the perfect example, like a Hershey's bar. Perfect. Just have a whole one of those, down a little bit of water with it. I'm good to go. And the other thing I learned on that first VAM trip down there is I could have done it a lot sooner. I didn't have to take as much time as I did to get down there. So, this year, for VAM 22, I'm only making one stop, one overnight. Say hello to my biker friends. Yeah, I'm actually doing the first 500 miles on day one. I'm going to go from Phoenix HQ in Massachusetts all the way down to Maryland. So I'm going all the way through all those states, stopping overnight in Maryland, and then continuing my way to Tazewell, Virginia from there. And I believe that is perfectly fine for me. I know I can do it. You can do it! Another interesting thing is fuel mileage on this Spyder. So the max miles that I got on that I've ever gotten on this Spyder was on that VAM trip. 165 miles. I still had one square of gas left, you know, on the meter, and the light was on, obviously. And I feel like I don't know how much is left once the light comes on, and I don't know how much is left once that square leaves. So that's kind of an unknown there. But with some of the mods that I've done since then, I've actually been getting better gas mileage. So, like, look at this. I have 2 squares of gas, the light's not on. My trip is at 110. So normally, around this time last year, I was already looking for gas, and that light was on. So, because on average, I'll get 120 to 140 miles to the gallon. That's the way Phoenix rides. So, I may actually make less stops. I'm not 100% sure. Could I pull off 180 miles on a tank? Maybe. That's going to be interesting. So, Flock, why don't you go down there in the comment section, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys do for road trips. Let me know any experiences that you've had, things that you've learned. Maybe if you can remember your very first road trip, maybe something that you ran into, or something that by the time you got home, you're like, wow, I didn't realize that it would be like this, or something like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling again. Do all the fun YouTube stuff. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit the share button, because I want to give those larger 3-wheeled Spyder and Riker channels a run for the money, because we are coming for you.
Hogan, we're coming for you.
And as always, you want to support the channel, I got my Blackphoenix merchandise, and I got my Lunafide deal where you guys can save some money on some cool stuff. I got my discount code down there. It is BPE 10, and yeah, you can save yourself some money. And you know what? If it's not for you, maybe you'll have a friend or a family that might like it, so you might want to share that with them. So, with all that being said, this vlog has been way too long, and yeah, I am totally looking forward to VAM 22 and all the other fellow motor vloggers and riders that are going to be down at VAM 22. I'm excited to meet you guys, see you guys again, and let's ride together. See you guys in the next video.